Thank you.
Okay. Again, I thank you all for joining us this evening and welcome you all to the Babblin Village Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for June 17th, 2020. We have 7 applications that appear on the docket this evening, and we will hear them in the order in which they appeared in the public notice. And the way we will do this is we will read each application. We will ask the applicant to explain the variance they're looking for. They will then take any questions the board has. And in most cases, we'll ask, all cases, we'll ask if there's anyone, a member of the public, who would like to make a statement either in favor or opposed to an application. Now, because we're asking that the public notify us of their willingness to make of their wanting to make a comment, we haven't received any of those requests. So what we're doing for these Zoom meetings is we're leaving the docket open for 7 days past this meeting date. So if there's any member of the public who would like to make a statement on any one of these applications, please do so by contacting the clerk's office, the Village of Babylon. And we'll move on. Now, once the applicant explains the variance and we ask any questions, we then have 60 days from the time a docket's closed to make a decision. It usually does not take that amount of time, especially with simple applications. The amount of time that when it gets to be longer than that, it gets extended is when we have to do additional research or ask the applicant for additional information. Our 60-day clock doesn't start until we feel we have a complete application. The applicants will be notified by the clerk's office on the disposition of an application, and any member of the public who would like to know the disposition of an application can get that information as well from the clerk's office, and that is released once we release it to the applicant. So with that, I'll ask if the first applicant, is she now here, Kevin?
No, we do have 2 people that have joined, one under Lynn Grant, who's not on our list. I'm assuming that it's a different name. If they could use the chat function to either send in what application they're here for or change their name to represent their application. We also have somebody joined on the phone, a 631-521-6185. I'm going to unmute them for a second. Could the person at 521-6185 just identify what application?
Yeah, hi, that's me. That's Patrick Regan, PVR
Okay.
Inc. I'm here.
Great, got you. So I have him down for the 4th spot, so I will put him back in the waiting room. Yes, now, okay, so sorry, Lynn Grant is our first applicant's daughter. So I'm going to, that is our first applicant.
I figured that out.
So I add her in by process of elimination. That's got to be her. So I'll add her in now. Okay.
Great. Thank you. Okay, first application, Jack?
Application of Elizabeth Vanzetta, 97 Bayview Avenue, Babblin, New York, for permission to maintain a mother-daughter use at the premises located at 97 Bayview Avenue, Babblin, New York. The property is located in Residence A9 District, Suffolk County Real Property Tax Map District 0102, Section 21, Block 2, Lot 29. The application is made in accordance with sections 365.14 and 365.35.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Ms. Grant?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, and I can see you.
Okay.
Great. So again, in your words, this is to extend the variance that we've had with you for some time now, over 20 years, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And you understand the nature of this variance and that we will continue to see each other, right, periodically.
Mhm.
And once, if you ever to sell the house or the living conditions change, you're going to have to revert this back to a single family house with one kitchen. You
Yes,
understand that?
we understand. We know
You
that.
understand? Okay. Have you made any changes, any significant changes to the property? I know you maintain it well.
Nothing more inside, just outside. We've been doing property stuff. That's it.
Right, right. Yeah, that's obvious. You keep it up well. We appreciate that. Okay. And you understand there are conditions. Last time we gave you an approval was back in November 16. and there were certain conditions, some of which I just mentioned to you. You're also, you may be not eligible. You also may have to have an annual inspection by the building inspector. All those conditions that are in the last letter, you're still in compliance and you're in agreement with, correct?
Yes. No problem.
Okay. All right, I don't have any other questions. Anybody else on the board have any questions?
No, I'm fine, Bruce.
I just wanted to say it's a beautiful home.
Thank
It
you.
is.
Richard.
It is. Okay, no question.
I'm sorry. I wish some of my neighbors felt that way too.
Well, hopefully. Okay, Ms. Vanzetta and Ms. Grant, I appreciate you getting on here this evening, and I wish you well, and you'll hear from us very shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jack, number 2.
You are going to ask for any comments?
There is nobody to comment.
Okay, good. Application number 2, the application of Consuelo Hertz, Jarvis Limited, 350 West Main Street, Babblin, New York, for permission to maintain a medical office at the premises located at 350 West Main Street, Babblin, New York. This property is located in Residence O District, Suffolk County Real Property Tax Map District 0102, Section 13, Block 1, Lot 35.1. Applications made in accordance with Sections 365-17 and 365-35.
Okay. The applicant or the applicant's representative here?
Yes, sir. Joseph Costantino, and Costantino, 632 Montauk Highway, Copig, New York. Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Good, sir. How are you today?
Good, thank you. Mr. Costantino, can you tell us if there was anything significant, any changes to the building since we've last?
No, sir, Mr. Chairman. There's been no changes to the footprint, to the expansion of the use. I even contacted the village yesterday to find out if there had been any complaints or violations. And as far as I know, as of yesterday, there were none.
Correct. Yeah, that's our information as well. No, he maintains it well. The only question that I have goes to the point that came up several years ago when this first came up, and that was additional parking. And at the time, we had asked for the applicant to come up with additional parking. And I think the last time we met, we were told that he had made some sort of arrangement with the church next door. And I want to know where does that stand? Where does the off-site parking requirement?
What my understanding is, Mr. Chairman, at this time, I don't know what that relationship with him and the church, with the applicant and the church is. There had been some discrepancy over the parking. However, there is additional parking available. Dr. Hertz purchased the building, I believe it's 400 Main Street. It's a little bit down the road, and he refurbished that. So he does have off-site parking at that premises at this point in time.
Okay, is he using that property for, say, his employee parking?
What he's doing, from what I understand, if there's employee parking, if there's any overflow, they're being directed to park there.
Okay, can you provide us with how much parking that is? And I'm trying to recall, how far away is this 400?
It's, let's see. So if you're going east, it would be the church. There's a home, and then it's right diagonally across from the first pond, so to speak, of Argyle Lake. It's on the south side. I believe it used to be Zumbrun in Hand, and then
Yes.
he bought the building and he refurbished the building.
Okay, so that's the one with the long fence along Montauk Highway.
I'm not 100% sure, sir. I know that there is a pond just
It's
to the east.
right, correct.
It's on the
All
south
right.
side.
What we need to know then is how many spaces are available, because he's going to have to look at I know there are requirements on that parking lot for that building at the time.
Okay.
The question is whether or not there is additional space to be able to meet his needs here.
Okay. But like I said, Dr. Hertz's prior attorney retired. He asked me to do this for him. So according to the covenants and restrictions that I have, that he had provided me from 2012, there was no requirement, at least, from what I have in front of me, about any additional off-site parking. So I will elaborate on that further for you. I will get that information and provide.
Okay. Okay, and Mr. Constantino, actually, you bring up another good point. He was supposed to add that to his covenants and restrictions when we saw him. It was
Okay,
added. So
okay,
I would suggest you contact the clerk's office, Christina, at the clerk's office, and she could help provide you with what we requested.
okay.
We found out in doing our investigation now that it was never put in, even though we made a request.
Okay.
So,
Like I said, I didn't represent him last time, so I will certainly go over that with him and go over it with the clerk.
no, I understand. I appreciate that. And then if you could tell us how many spaces he has, and then he should be aware, since he bought the other building, he should be aware if he has any extra, because I can guarantee that that building has a requirement for parking when it went through the planning board.
Okay.
All right, great. Any other plans for the property?
As far as I know, no, it's just being maintained as a medical office. It's been like that in this condition since 1984. I know this application and the special use permit has been renewed a few times.
Right, but I mean in terms of any additional medical practices in there that might have an impact on parking.
Not that I'm aware of, just Babblin medical practice. And I think there's, I believe it was limited to 2 practices. I believe it's Babblin medical practice. And I believe that once in a while, there's a cardiologist that comes in and does EKGs.
Okay, if you could verify that for us, I'd appreciate that as well.
You got it.
Thank you. Gentlemen, any other questions on our board?
No,
I'm here.
Okay.
I would just say for the record that he does maintain the premises very well, and it is in conformity with the surrounding area.
He does. He does a nice job with that. Our issue with him has never been how he maintains it. It's always been the parking issue down there in that particular corner.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Constantino. We'll hear from you first before you hear from us.
Yes, I'll try and get that information for you within the next week or so, and I'll contact Christina about the covenant that you spoke about the parking.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Have a good evening.
You too now.
application number 3. Application of Dr. Paul J. Hubert, 155 Fire Island Avenue, Babylon, New York, for permission to maintain a chiropractic office in Residence A7 District at the premises located at 155 Fire Island Avenue, Babylon, New York. The property is located in Residence A7 District, Suffolk County Real Property Tax Map District 0102, Section 14, Block 3, Lot 65. The application is made in accordance with Sections 365-15 and 365-35.
Okay, Dr. Hubert.
He has joined. I'm just waiting for him to unmute. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Dr. Hubert, here to renew owner-occupied chiropractic office.
Okay, Dr. Hubert, you've been doing that for a while, that property. I look back and I think we started this in 92.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, yeah. Any changes? I know you maintain the property. Any other changes either made or contemplated?
No.
And your practice is still basically the same as it's been? No change?
Yes.
All right. We know we haven't had any complaints, so this is pretty easy. And you understand the nature of this variance is that we would get to see each other periodically, as we have been.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And if there's ever any problem, just let me know.
Absolutely. No, you've been really good. Gentlemen, anything else?
I have nothing.
No,
Okay. Dr. Hubert, you will hear from us shortly. Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
You too now.
Application number 4, the application of Patrick V. Regan, 10 Long Drive Court, Bayshore, New York, 11706, for permission to maintain a business use in Residence O District at the premises located at 463 Deer Park Avenue, Babblin, New York. The property is located in Residence O District, Suffolk County Real Property Tax Map District 0102, Section 7, Block 1, Lot 37. The application is made in accordance with Sections 365-17 and 365-35.
Hey, Mr. Reagan.
Good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, hi, this is Pat Regan. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Mr. Regan?
Good, good. This is 18 years, no changes.
Okay.
I don't have any plans to expand the building or put any additions on. And still the sole occupant is my insurance agency, which is now run by my sons. And I don't know what else I can tell you.
Okay. No, I can just tell you that you maintain it very well, and we appreciate that.
We take pride in our building. We really
Yep.
do. So,
Yeah, it
it's a
shows.
cool building too. Yeah.
It shows.
So.
And Mr. Reagan, you understand the nature of this variance is that we would continue to see you periodically, just as we have been.
Sure. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Over the last period.
yeah.
And
Right.
we'll continue to do that. But I think you've answered my questions already. So
Okay.
anyone else, gentlemen? Any other questions on this particular
I'm going to
application?
say it's impeccable.
Yeah, no, I do. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
the maintenance on the parking lot and the striping and paving. It's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, we
Well,
just we redid that whole parking lot, and and then we redid all the landscaping too. Not that there was anything wrong with the landscaping, but it was getting old. We didn't like the way it looked, so we try and keep it really nice.
It shows. It shows.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
Mr. Reagan, you will hear from us shortly. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Have a good evening. Take care.
You too now.
Application number 5, the application of Donnell Middleton Jr., TLC Realty of Babblin, 54 George Street, Babblin, New York, for permission to maintain 680 square feet of office space on the lower level of the premises located at 54 George Street, Babblin, New York. The property is located in Residence O District, Suffolk County Real Property Tax Map District 0102, Section 10, Block 2, Lot 24. The application is made in accordance with Sections 365-17 and 365-35.
Mr. Middleton.
Chairman Hubert, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. So you want to maintain that office space that we approved 2 years ago on the lower level, correct?
Correct. Absolutely.
And you've heard me, I guess, with other applications. Have you made any other changes to the property, or is it, or any use changes to the property besides you and the tenant on that lower level?
None at all.
Okay. Any plans?
None at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask you a question having nothing to do with this application, but generally speaking, the building on the corner is still for sale?
The building on the corner at 60, George?
Adler's, yeah,
No, it's recently been sold.
it has. And that
Yes, it got
sold-
sold, it was recently sold to a doctor. I'm trying to remember his last name, but he is the brain and stroke doctor associated with Good Samaritan Hospital.
Okay. And that has the same agreement in place that you signed with Adler at the time for parking conveyances?
100%.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that he had that in there.
Yep.
Okay. I have nothing else. Gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. No, you keep it well, as you keep the business well kept as well, Mr. Middleton. We appreciate that.
Thank you. We appreciate that too.
All right. You will hear from us shortly.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great night, all right?
You too now.
Application number 6, The application of BKH Architect PLLC, Randon Hamchek, 783 Pat Drive, West Islip, New York, 11795. Agent of owners Matthew and Janine Heenan, 18 Harrison Avenue East, Babblin, New York, for permission to construct an addition to the dwelling on the premises located at 18 Harrison Avenue East, Babylon, New York, requiring variances to reduce the front yard setback from 25 feet required to 18.2 feet proposed, and to reduce the minimum side yard setback from 6 feet required to 5 feet for the addition, and 2.25 feet for 2 air conditioning units proposed, and to increase the lot coverage percentages from 25% permitted to 33.4% proposed. The property is located in Residence A7 District, Suffolk County Real Property Tax Map District 0102, Section 20, Block 3, Lot 36. The application is made in accordance with Section 36515.
Good evening, Chairman and members of the board. Brandon Hamchuk, agent and architect for Matthew and Janine Heenan. So before you, we have the application to expand our existing dwelling. It was purchased in 2015 and improved throughout the years. It is an existing non-conforming lot containing 3 bedrooms and roughly 1,500 square feet. The Heenans have 2 kids currently, and a third is on the way in a couple of weeks. And we need to, we're asking your permission to expand as proposed with a 2nd-story addition, a rear 2-story addition that encroaches 1 foot into the side setback. Our front porch that we would like to add to the dwelling to invite and to share the beauty of the village encroaches 6.98 feet into the required 25-foot front yard. And the HVAC units, unfortunately, given the size of the non-conforming lot, are only 2.25 feet away from the side yard. And our lot coverage will increase to 33.4%. However, that is because of an existing detached garage as well as a deck. Our actual footprint that we're enlarging is, about 200 square feet. With that, the neighborhood calls for the same type of architecture as well as the same uses. We are not detrimental to the area. We are going to be improving the area, I feel, with the design of this and to increase the living capacities of the homeowners. We actually have the 2 property owners adjoining the Heenans. They signed a letter in support of granting this application, which I can forward to you after this meeting. And with that, again, I respectfully request that this application is approved, given the neighborhood and what the benefits will be of this home in the neighborhood.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hamchuk. I have a couple of questions. One is the elevation shows FEMA, then FEMA +2, and then you're going up another 27.5 feet?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, so you're staying within our FEMA +2 +30 requirement.
Yes.
And my question is, how much is the actual home going to be raised? So that's not grade, correct? BFE?
That is not grade, correct.
Right.
So grade is roughly 6 feet.
So what's the bottom of this going to look like?
So it's not going to change at all. We are not elevating the house. The house as is currently at BFE +2. So we are, our
You're
first
on 4.
Our finished floor currently is 8.5 and it's remaining at 8.5. So we are above by 6 inches. So it's not going to be elevated at all.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's-
the ground is
That's
higher.
above, really? That's above FEMA? Really? Huh. So I guess, so this house didn't have any problems during Sandy?
The current owners did not own it during Sandy. I would imagine they probably got a little bit of water in there, but it was repaired prior to my clients purchasing.
Because it seems awfully, I mean, given the neighborhood and how high the new homes have been, and that whole area has been redeveloped actually. Since,
Correct.
everybody's up a lot higher than grade.
Yes.
And you're just about on grade.
Yes, I was very surprised at that as well. The elevation certificate came back, and yeah, the first floor is 6 inches above the freeboard. So we do not have to elevate any higher.
Wow. Okay. Have you gone over that with the building inspector yet?
I have not, no.
Okay. I suggest you do that, just to double check.
Yeah, okay.
Something doesn't seem right, given that area and the damage that it received. I mean, you know, not even half a block to the east was considered a wave zone.
Yes, and actually we are in a wave zone where this house is, which I was very surprised to see on the FEMA maps as well.
Yeah.
But
if you could just double check and let us know.
Okay.
My other question is, I have a minor question. The bump out, the extra foot, what's the extra foot for on the addition on the back?
So I interpreted your zoning as because we were in a non-conforming lot under 7,000 square feet, that
Okay.
that our lot size was reduced to 4,840 square feet. And then we were able to, with that, reduce our side yards to a minimum 5 foot and 15 foot total. So that's why I proceeded with that. And then I was informed that that was only if it was a lot that existed after a certain date.
Right.
Or wasn't improved. Right. So I decided to keep it with that only because of the size of the lot. And, you know, they gained some more space inside the house and inside the backyard for the family of 5.
Mm-hmm. And the other question of the ACs, that's been an issue with us down there as well, as people have, and that's why another reason I want you to check the elevation, because as you'll notice driving through that area, the AC units have to be raised as well.
Correct.
And now we get into issues of sound attenuation with neighbors, a lot more than we ever did.
I see.
So we've been requesting that the AC units be as quiet as possible and meet the decibel level requirement at the property line, which usually means they need additional sound attenuation. And my question with this one was, how high are they going to be? But it seems because I didn't see, they were not on the elevation. And so are these on the ground?
Well, again, they would be raised to 8 feet, which is, roughly about 2 feet off of the ground.
Okay, if you could show that on the elevation, but again, 2 feet off existing ground. Okay. I'm just having a tough time with this, with the elevation, but okay. I need to know where they are, and they certainly need to be dealt with, even though they're only a couple of feet off the ground. About the houses are pretty close down there. How that could be handled with any noise attenuation equipment that could be added to those units.
Okay.
That's all I have right now. Gentlemen, questions?
No,
No, I think you covered everything.
John? Oops. Okay. Okay, Mr. Hamchuk, what is their timing? I'm trying to get this done.
Well, we were hoping to do this in March, but then the pandemic happens.
Okay.
Again, the Heenans are expecting a baby within the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
So time is definitely of the essence.
Okay. Well, if you could double check that, and also you said you're going to give us these letters of support.
Yes, I will send those in.
Okay, that would be helpful. We have one more meeting before the summer ends for us. We don't meet in August. And I have to give people an opportunity, as I said at the beginning of the meeting, to comment on this. So this docket's going to be open for 7 days anyhow. So you can get us everything we need within that 7-day period. Then we can take a look and see what we have when we come to next month's meeting. That would be helpful.
Okay. All right. That sounds fair.
Okay. Then we will hear from you next.
Yes. I will get on this tomorrow and get back to you guys by the end of the week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Okay. Have a good evening.
Application number 7, the application of Danica Meehan, 110 Beverly Road, Babblin, New York, for permission to construct an addition to the dwelling on the premises located at 110 Beverly Road, Babblin, New York, requiring a variance to reduce the front yard setback from 25 feet required to 17.73 feet proposed. The property is located in Residence A7 District, Suffolk County Real Property Tax Map District 0102, Section 2, Block 1, Lot 138.1. Application is made in accordance with Section 365-15.
Go on. Good. Up. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Good. How are you? Who's everybody?
So I'm Danica. This is my husband, Wayne.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi. How are you? So explain to us what we're doing.
So we had an old flat roof porch, and we had a leak in the roof. Well, we had a couple of leaks, so we got the roof done. Decided to take down the flat roof porch and extend the A out to the same distance. To find out afterwards that the flat roof porch was illegal in the first place.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna put an angle on the roof and basically just come out to 7 feet. Right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else going on? No other significant changes inside or outside?
No, that is the entire job.
Easy enough. And I guess you're looking to do that pretty quick.
Yesterday.
I got you. The only, like you just heard me say, the only issue is that we have to wait to see if any of the neighbors have any comments.
Yeah.
That's our only issue. But absent that, you should be able to hear from us certainly by next month.
Awesome.
So, but I don't have any other questions, and let me ask the gentleman on the team here. Anybody else have any questions?
No question.
It's going to be beautiful when it's done.
Thank you.
Yeah, looks good. Okay, easy enough.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. Kevin, do we have anybody else? I don't think we have anybody else.
No, that's it.
Nobody else in the chat room?
Nope.
Okay, then I'm going to move on to old business. And we'll move on to last month's business first. We had an application from Phillips Damianos, 400 West Main Street, to renew a retail banking operation with Saturday hours, 9 to 2, actually the same hours he had before, and having an ATM machine on the property. We heard him last month. Building department has had no issues, and we have not received any additional comments from the public. So any questions on this? Entertain a motion?
I'll move to approve the application of P.L.X. Damianos for 400 West Main Street for the retail banking operation for a period of 3 years, subject to the same CNRs.
Okay, have a second?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Unanimous. Second application, Roseanne Norman, 28 Roosevelt Street, for permission to maintain professional use of the first floor and rental apartment on the second floor at 173 Fire Island Avenue. We heard this last month. Building department has had no complaints and no additional comments from the public have been received. Any issues with this one? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the application for Roseanne Norman, 28 Roosevelt Street, permission to maintain a professional use on the first floor, rental apartment on the second floor for a period of 3 years, subject to the CNRs that currently exist.
Okay, and Jack, do you want to add a comment in there about maintenance of a fence?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Yeah. I don't know if it's their fence or the neighbor's fence, so if the building inspector would take a look at it or
okay,
from the owners, find out from the owners what they intend to do.
okay, so we're going to let them know as part of Frank's motion that we also require that the fence on the which side of the property?
South,
On the south side of the property?
right,
Okay, should be maintained, must be maintained.
right. Good, thank you.
I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Unanimous. Okay. Next one. Application of Alexander Alex, 17 Overton Place, permission to maintain a corporate office in Residence O at 385 West Main Street. We heard this application last month. The building department has had no complaints, no additional comments from the public. Any questions? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the application of Alexander Alex based on the plan submitted.
Okay, for a period of?
For a period of 3 years, right?
3 years, yep.
3 years.
Have a second, gentlemen?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Unanimous. Next one, application of Christopher Natale, 60 Oak Realty Corp., 60 Oak Place, permission to continue a special use permit for office use of the premise at 60 Oak Place. No complaints, no additional comments from the public. Any issues? Entertain a motion.
I'm making a motion to permit Christopher Natale of 60 Oak Place, Babel, New York, to continue a special use permit for office use on the premises at 60 Oak Place for a period of 3 years.
Okay, I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Unanimous. Application of Philip Threeble. This was for permission to erect a greenhouse, a storage tent, and other things he was going to put on that property, 141 John Street. We asked Mr. Threeble to come back to us since he had changed his plans or his concept of what he wanted to do. Much of this was not going to be done. And there was also some question as to whether or not the address was correct, because the address is actually marked a different number. I think it's marked 149, not 141. We have not heard from him since that hearing, and I'll ask the secretary to ask Christina to please follow up with the building inspector, let him know where we stand here, because he's still using the property, to make sure that it's conforming to what it should be, and that if he's going to request if he's going to keep this request or remove it, we need to know the answer to that question, and we need an answer within the month. Application of Matt and Kristen Morse, 98 Frederick Avenue, permission to construct a circular driveway on the premise located at 98 Frederick Avenue. Building department has had no issues. We received one letter in favor of the application submitted by a resident at 285 Park Avenue. no additional comments from the public. And just to remind everyone, this was the application we had for the a circular driveway in a 70-foot frontage property when there's a 100-foot required. So any discussion on this? Entertain a motion. Whoop, did I go blank? Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
You're good.
Bruce,
Bruce.
Where am I here? Where am I?
I have a question. Have we ever granted anything like that with a size lot that size?
No,
I didn't think so.
no. Otherwise, we'd have them all over. People would be trying to build them all over. You know, we haven't had a request for a circular driveway in a while. We had a run on them a few years back, but no.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Huh?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay, I don't think we disagree. If somebody want to make a motion, we'll move this forward.
All right,
Want
Mr.
to
Chairman,
deny it?
I'll move to deny.
Okay,
I'll second it.
okay. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Okay, unanimous. Let's see. Others. Application of Philip Camp. Agent for owner, Marie and Seymour Gallet, 436 Deer Park Avenue, for permission to construct a deck at 436 Deer Park Avenue. Increase in the lot coverage from 25 to 26.96. No building department complaints, no additional comments from the public. Entertain or any discussion? Entertain a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we grant the application for Philip Camp, excuse me, permission to construct a deck at 436 Deer Park Avenue and requiring the variance lot from 25 to 26.96, subject to everything that's been applied for in all the CNRs.
I'll second.
Alrighty. Second, all those in favor?
Why?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Unanimous. And application of David and Rosemary Kohler, 75 South Carl Avenue, permission to construct an addition to the dwelling at 75 South Carl. We heard this last month, no building department issues, additional comments from the public. Any questions? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the application of David and Rosemary Kohler based on the plan submitted.
Okay, I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Unanimous. Older business, nothing new on the Lockwood case. I mentioned Patel. We are taking a look at his updated drawings and seeing whether or not there are any changes that need to be made with the secret that was done prior to his revisions. So we will have more on that soon, see where that goes. Lifeline Restoration Ministries at 209 Little East Neck Road. We had asked for additional information as well. We haven't received anything. That's still out there. Bonsignori, 167 Cadman. We had asked for, this was to permission to construct a garage on that premise. And we went back to him for additional information as well, have not received anything else. So that's still out there. Does anybody have anything else we need to talk about? Okay.
Nope.
Absent that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, well, thank you. Have a great month, everyone. I appreciate everybody's participation. And we will see you all next month.